But here's Richie the Barber story about Keanu.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh my God, Richie!
Yeah, man.
Keanu Reeves.
Satanic, bro.
So what you're telling me that how do you know that Keanu Reeves?
Saw him, bro.
You saw him.
Yeah, man.
You saw Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves.
Mhm.
Where did you see him?
The elite Hollywood parties.
You saw him at an elite Hollywood party.
Yeah.
What was he doing, Richie?
Can't tell you.
Was he doing anything bad?
I can't tell you.
What were the people doing around him?
There's rituals that they do, and they perform rituals with fire, pentagrams. There's rituals of like blood work, cutting. They want you to cut and sacrifice yourself.
So they're cutting other people or themselves?
Everything. They're having pentagrams, upside down crosses. They're wearing all this like Satan's my daddy. They wear like Lucifer stuff, like lambs, and it's all sacrifices for the satanic movement.
Eric, you take this one first.
Yeah, okay, bro. Look, I can't stress this enough. I have nothing against this guy. I would love to have a conversation, but am I ready, willing, and maybe I'm jaded, which is quite possible, but am I ready, willing, and able to believe that he was at what he, by his own admission, an elite Hollywood party, which is just vague enough to mean anything, and you saw Keanu Reeves there, but you can't say what he was doing. Like, this is just for the clicks, and he wins because he got the click, and here we are talking about it, but you're not actually saying anything. And it kind of reminds me of, I don't know, Elliot Page saying that things happen, but you won't tell us. You can't tell us the details. And look, I do realize that there is possibly far more consequences for somebody, quote unquote, calling out or calling out a quote unquote elite Hollywood party versus Elliot Page just trying to sell some books. But you're on a podcast, you know, are you just trying to sell the next episode? Like, oh, I'll explain it to you next time. I mean, what is actually happening here? And as much as we're told that you can't judge a book by its cover, it's like, dude, you're wearing like a tiny little hat. Like, that's all part of the show. So if nothing is off the table these days, bro. So if anybody is at the point where, oh, well, this guy said something that's based, or this guy said something that I like, or this guy follows Jesus, or whatever it might be, completely puts him out of the running for telling maybe an untruth, I think is completely unrealistic, bro. He's clearly trying to get the attention, as are we, right? We need clicks, we need downloads, we need streams, we need plays, but I'm not going to tattoo my face in the matter to look like a clown and then pretend that I'm upset when somebody thinks I'm lying and calls me a clown, right? So look, I think we need a little bit more detail if you're going to name drop Keanu Reeves, who I think typically in sort of the kind of like truther, you might call it, community, I think is, you know, he doesn't get the bad rap that most of the regular Hollywood celebrities get. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but he seems to be a little bit more on the level, but which of course is another reason why I think he's gone out of his way to name him and then not say what happened, and then be like, well, and then the card you're going to play is, my life is going to be in danger if I say what happened. You already dropped his name, bro. So maybe we should shoot him a DM and get him on the show, man. I don't know.
It's because Keanu Reeves was in an interview with the vampire, and he's in all those compilations that says this celebrity is an undead vampire, time traveler or whatnot. But here's what I think. And of course, everybody's going to say you guys need to watch the whole thing for context. We will. I promise you this time. Maybe we'll do a video about it, but we'll dedicate at least 10 minutes on either side. But when he's saying Hollywood elite party, I'd like to know exactly what that means, because, you know, Jimmy Kimmel has some pretty famous parties that have a lot of huge celebrities. Jimmy Kimmel was front row at Kobe's funeral with Shaq. So he's up there. Howard Stern's one of his best friends. He's up there in elite parties. And are they doing that at his party? Not according to any of the stories that I've heard about Jimmy Kimmel's famous parties, as well as his famous parties in his green room. Howard Stern's famous parties. So I'd like to know what elite Hollywood party means, because that just means celebrities were there to me.
It's a buzzword.
And as for, am I believing this? I think that segment there, and again, I'll have to watch the rest of it, seemed rehearsed. Either that or was cut very, you know, very close to the beginning and ending of sentences, but it did seem like a little bit of radio style rehearsal. And when I learned when I was in radio school, when I went and saw some some popular DJs, and I'll name names. They were people from Edge 102 back in the day, the biggest radio station of the time in Toronto. It was the morning girl. I don't remember. She was very popular. If I remembered her name, I would say it. But that's who it was. You're talking 2007 ish to date myself. Um, when I learned that the radio hosts are saying, "All right, when we go on, when we come back on, you'll say this, and then I'll say this, and then we have our scripts in front of us." When I learned that's what they do, then it was just live acting. I was like, this isn't for me. I gotta pretend, and I gotta go to Saskatoon for my first job and make 20 grand a year. It's not happening. So that's what it reminded me of. Do I believe that sort of stuff happens? I do. But he is saying like some of like the most obvious things. And if I was at some party, which I'll probably never be at, if I was at some party and these people were just like pentagrams and upside down crosses and Satan's my daddy or whatever, I'd be like, you guys are so lame. Like, this is like Bam Margera is more like gothic than you guys are. Like, that's the lamest shit. That's like 1990s level. We need to stop the Satanist stuff. You know what I mean? So, do I think that stuff happens? Yes. That seemed a little rehearsed to me, but shout out Richie the Barber. You can come on the show and
Well,
we'll be
and
nice.
this is probably a question for him, and maybe this will get to him. Who knows? But what was he? If he's a barber, professionally a barber, is that what he was doing when he was he acting? What was he doing when he got invited to all these parties? Was he tattooed as a clown a decade ago and was acting in movie roles? How did you even enter into that world? And now you're completely opposed to it and pretending to be outing these people? I just don't know. And again, I'm not look, maybe I sound harsh. Like I think even when I moved to Arizona, people thought I was really rude because I guess I was talking like maybe I was still back in New York. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude, but let's get to the bottom of this because it seems like now, and full disclosure, we have have done some of our best content based on him. So he probably realizes that he's doing his best content based on saying some of these things. So we want to keep that, we want to keep it realistic and keep it real meta. But dude, I'm not buying the like, look, to go back, I'm not buying that you were at a party and somebody lopped off a piece of butt cheek and fried it in a pan. Give me a break, bro. And I think maybe he knows that that was a bridge too far, and that's why you can just name drop Keanu Reeves and not say what was actually happening because it's completely unrealistic.
It says he is an actor. He's performed on America's Got Talent and known
What, cutting
for I
hair?
wrote.
What were you doing
Uh,
on America's Got Talent, bro?
we
You were
can
cutting
find
hair.
out in a second.
Okay, all right.
Wrote This Is For You. He's an actor and a barber, I guess. For Clown Barber of Huntington Beach, it says. And oh, you're gonna make me pay for something?
Behind a
That's
paywall. And
that's
look,
the
I
worst.
think also from what I've seen on Instagram, I do think that Richie, he's perhaps a man of God or uh, you know, is not a weirdo satanic creep, but that doesn't mean that you're completely immune from like maybe embellishing the truth to get some clicks.
He's certainly
Trash.
not the barber your father took you to as a child. This is from his own website or richiethebarberco.com. Self-confessed non-performance is a byproduct of what happens when an old soul, oh god, falls in love with a punk ethos known for his 1920 gentlemanly mustache and Chaplin-esque. I mean, guys, is this who we're defending? I mean, if this is on his website and it's his bio, I'm sorry, Richie, but this is pretty lame. His mustache and his Chaplin-esque picture poses. The man is dedicated to a barber whose clientele is as broad as the horizons. Or did you hire like a girl from DeviantArt to write this for you? I don't even want to read this. It's so lame.
Yeah. Shout
I'm
out Travis.
tattooed a permanent clown. Let's watch this video and
It's time on June 9th.
We're getting an
Nice.
ad here from Transformers. You like how they 90s Transformers?
Well, that's actually perfect because we love Transformers.
That's true.
I love being a clown. I'm always gonna be a clown, and that's what I love.
Oh,
That's what I
the
believe in,
split
you know?
tongue too.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
When is this from? 4 years ago.
If I live my life how other people want to live, I want to be who I am. What up, what up, what up, what up? I'm Richie the Barber. Ah!
Okay.
I'm a permanent tattoo clown, y'all. Mother flowers.
I don't want us to get
Like, I've been a clown body
copywritten for
modification wise for over 10 years now. What I enjoy about the lifestyle of a clown is that I can be silly, I can smile, I can laugh, I can juggle, I can fall.
Eric, I'm starting to side more with the Eric crowd here with
Because I've been lambasted, right? I haven't read
You
all
have.
the comments. I'll be honest. I haven't read all of them, but apparently I was just completely out of line by
he's
now.
putting a sword down his throat now. And his whole body's tattooed, but
The split tongue and the eyebrow implants. And look,
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but come on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree.
Turn it up, Jordan.